Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday night Cakery Creators Circle. Let me add my extra camera here for you. I'll grab that now, and then I'll get that set up. So welcome, welcome. If you're here, say hello. I'm going to pull you up on my phone really quick. I hope you all got to catch Eileen from Creative Eye Creative Eye Designs by Eileen. That's a mouthful. Anyway, she just made the cutest little popcorn patriotic cup. So I hope you got to see that. If you did not, then be sure and go and catch that on replay. So let me grab, I got to switch. I'm in the wrong profile. So I should be live on my page. And I think I am. Let's see. Okay, cool. Here we are. All right, and then let me turn my volume down, make sure that's off, and then I can, it's not opening. There we go, Facebook. Okay, let me turn my sound down. So we're gonna make, hello, I'm so glad you guys are here. I see names starting to pop up. I'm gonna put my phone over here. So I've moved some things around in the studio. Hey, Joe, welcome. Oh, wait, I just accidentally closed that window. Let me grab it. Oh, good, we're back. So, hey, hello. So we took a little break. Last week, I was on vacation. My volume just popped back on. Hang on. Let's get rid of that. There we go. But yeah, so I was on vacation last week of May, best month ever. I'm always sad when May ends. I do love June because my husband and I, our wedding anniversaries at the end of the month on the 25th. So I do like June, but I love May. You all know me. I love May. So anyway, so I was on vacation, so we took a little break last week. I did upload a little, like a little short video, just like a little recap of what we've been doing, all of the creators, what we had been doing. We started the Cakery content, the Cakery Creator Circle. We started that in April, going live on our pages, and created this collaboration and this Thursday night event. Hey, Tammy, welcome. Hey, Jennifer, I see you as well. So anyway, so last week, since we weren't going live, I just kind of put together this short little, like a little recap to show you what each of us made in April and May. So if you didn't get to see that, it should be on all of our business pages. I know that it's on mine. I think it's on the other ladies too. But anyway, so we just didn't want to leave you with nothing last week. We wanted to leave you with just a little bit of inspiration. So anyway, so we are back tonight. Again, Eileen went first at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. She made this sweet little popcorn, little patriotic cup, which is really cute. And then I'm up next. I'm Betsy with to Betsy Cakery. For those of you that are new to me, hello and welcome. I'm so happy you're here, whether you are watching us live, watching me live, and the rest of us live, or on replay. We are all so very happy to have you here and supporting each one of us and our businesses. So I'm going to be making a watermelon cake. That's what I'm calling it. So I thought I brought these out to show you. And if you all know me, you're probably like, hey, wait a minute, something looks a little different. So while I was on vacation, I did move my cameras, lights, action. I moved some things around. So if you see me, which I know I will be doing, habits are hard to break, like long time habits are hard to break. But my camera, where I have it up close that you see it should be on your right side. It was here on my right side, and now it's on my left side. So just out of habit, I'm so used to holding things up on this side. So if you see me holding something up over here and you don't know why, that's why. But anyway, I'll get used to it. This is the first week that I've had it switched. So it's still new to me, and I'll figure it out. But as you can see, I also changed up my, it's the same table, but I changed up the surface. So I kind of prettied it up a little bit. And so I have to show it off because I really think it turned out really cute. So anyway, so here we are. Thank you, Eileen. She shared it to the group. I appreciate that. I have my Ray Dunn mug. Tonight we're going to, here, I got it in the right place. We're going to do a little relaxing. I tried to find, I have the one in a melon mug because we're doing watermelon. I could not find it. So I found my watermelon birdhouse, and I'm like, well, that won't help. So I just left that in its storage place. But okay, so anyway, I do not have one finished to show you. We're going to do it together. But what I wanted to show you, I'm going to move my water out of the way, is we made these. Here we go. I got it in the right place. We made these sweet little meringue cookies in we made these in my private membership, the Cakery Content Club. But I'm using the same colors for our cake this evening. So that way, because I know a lot of our, like a lot of us like to decorate and coordinate, and we like to make themes, right? We like to kind of follow a theme. You know me, I'm very themey. So anyway, I'm going to be using the same colors on this. And then I'm going to, so I'm going to make a large cake. So this one is the 8-ounce, not 8 ounce. It's the number 8 cake form, and it's actually 4 by 7 and 8 inches. So just in case you all want to make this, follow along with me. There we go. I'll figure it out. It's over here, but I'll figure it out. So, okay, so I'm using, and it's just called the number 8. So I'm using this, which is a full size cake. Like it's going to be a large cake. I'm using our little fake ants. Hey, Janae, welcome. I'm using the little fake ants, and I'm using the ones that have the little, just call it the little pokey thing, the little pokey sticks. I'll hold it up. So you can see it has like the little pokey little stick on top. So we're going to be using that to decorate our cake. My dogs are coming and going. So my husband is here and he's like on puppy patrol, but he's kind of been in and out of his workshop. So every time that he goes back out, they come back into me. So anyway, so we're going to be using the little ants. I'm using these, I have my little turntable. I'm going to actually use it for decorating my cake, but I'm going to be using these little watermelon. They're just like little cabochons, and they look like this. These, I don't remember where I ordered them, either on Amazon or Etsy. I can't recall, but anyway, one of them. And so what my husband did is I gave him a handful with the ants, and then he went in and he drilled holes in them for me. So that way, and then he had to mark them. He said the holes were disappearing. So he had to mark them with a Sharpie, which is totally fine because it already has the little black seeds. But anyway, what we're going to do, and you'll see, we're going to put the little watermelon on the little ants to decorate our cake. Okay, so I have those. I wasn't sure if I wanted to decorate with the seeds, but I made, and I'll show them to you over here, I made some watermelon seeds out of polymer clay, and I used those to decorate our little cookies. So you'll see them here. So I might use them and I might not. We're going to kind of wait and see by the time I get it done, if we want to do that or not. So, okay. And then we're going to be doing, I'm going to put like a base coat of icing on my cake. Then I'm going to decorate it and piping it with a 1M tip, and we're going to do rosettes, like little rosettes all the way around it. So, so I'm super excited because in my head, I know what it's going to look like, but we'll see in person, like as it comes together, what it looks like. Because you know us creatives, sometimes what we envision, it turns out completely different or a little bit different. So we'll see. Okay, and then the colors that I'm using are, for the green, I'm using the apple barrel and the lime sherbet. And then for my pink, I'm using 2 different ones. And I'm going to be using Americana in the dragon fruit, and then also the folk art in apple red. So I'm going to mix these together. I have a little recipe, mix those together to get the pink. And then I think that's it. Oh, I've got a turntable. I'm actually going to have to move everything off of that. I've got a turntable. I'm using parchment paper to, and also painter's tape. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the painter's tape on my cake form and then tape it to the parchment paper. So that way I can twirl it. So I can twirl it on my turntable. Okay. So, oh, and then I almost forgot. So we're also using spackle. I'm really, whenever I do my piping, I do a mixture of half and half. So I like to use the the Red Devil one time. And then I like to use the Fast and Final. Now, I used to use just Fast and Final, but mine's really wet. So I don't like using it. I like using it for like the skim coat, like the base coat of icing on my cake. But when I'm piping it, I like something a little bit stiffer. And this one, the one time, comes out a little bit stiffer. Now you could use just one or the other depending on what you have and what your consistency is. But I know for me that my Fast and Final is just too wet. So I'm not going to do that. So, all right. So we're going to mix these up with our colors. So let me see. I got too many things. All right. I'll leave this one up here. So, okay, they're over here. All right. So I've got my containers. Oh, actually, before I even do that, this is what I like to do. So let me grab this to share with you. Okay, I got my little table to my side, so if I look like I'm out of your view, I'm sorry. Okay, so I've just got this, hair sticking to me. I'm using this like foam sheet. I was trying to find the thickness on here and it doesn't show. Anyway, it doesn't need to be too thick. So it's just, the reason I got this size is, let's see, it's 12 by 18. It's because I knew I could fit like 2 cakes on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace my cake and then cut it out. And then I'm using this for the bottom of my cake. So it's going to be the base, like what it's going to sit on. Let me grab a drink of water real quick. All right, so let me grab a pencil and then we'll do that. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap it, like bring the plastic off of it. So how are you guys tonight? Happy Thursday, by the way. We really enjoyed our vacation, but I will be honest, and I did miss you all. So it's been fun being back in the membership. I go live on Tuesday nights. Let me throw this in my garbage. I go live in my membership on Tuesday nights for Sweet Talk Tuesday. And then on Wednesday nights is my our weekly tutorial in the membership called Fake Believe with Betsy. So we just did that. Last night we did, I didn't bring them in. But I was looking. Nope, I've already taken them out. Last night we did chocolate eclairs. They turned out super cute. Okay, so I'm just going to trace around my cake base. And also, I forgot to tell you, I'm using the Eileen's, I don't know how you say her name, the clear tacky glue to secure this. Okay, all right. But anyway, so yeah, so it was just really fun. I loved being back with my members last night. If you guys are new to me and you don't know what I'm talking about and you're interested in learning more, you can always just put it in the comments below and I'll come back in. Hopefully Facebook will give me a notification, but if not, I will come back in and then I can answer and give you any additional information you might want about the membership. So we love making new friends and my door is always open. So we don't, I don't have certain times or certain times of the year that we open enrollment. It's just my door is always open. So if you guys are new to me and you are interested in maybe learning more about how to make, my passion and my specialty is making realistic looking fake food for decor. So anyway, so if you're interested in learning how to do that, or if you want to come be part of a really fun community, we all have a great time in there. We just have, the members are we're just sweet friends. Like everyone is just so sweet and loving and kind and supportive, and we just have a great time. So Eileen says, I love the membership. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that out like that. I'm going to grab a piece of parchment, bigger than I need, but that's okay. All right, and then I'm just going to use this tacky glue, and I'm just going to secure it to start with. And then I'm going to get the painter's tape, and then we're going to attach the painter's tape to this piece. So, okay, so I'm just going around here. Okay, and then sometimes I'll paint the bottom of my cakes instead, but I just found that if I'm doing a cake and I'm not including the plate or the cake stand that goes with it, I'm just going to go round and round. If I'm not including it to where, like if I'm making this and then offering it for sale for somebody else to put on their cake stand or their plate, I just want a really nice smooth surface for them to be able to sit it down on their own personal cake plate. Right. And then I just find like by doing this, it allows it, it creates that. So, okay. So now I'm going to stick it on here. Again, because I traced around it, it fits like it's the right size. So it fits. And then I'm just using my hands and pressing it down. Now, if you were to use like hot glue, which you could, I wouldn't use hot glue by itself. Like I would use the tacky glue and the hot glue. The thing with hot glue is that it will melt the styrofoam, whereas this doesn't. Like this literally just sets on the surface. so you can see. Oops, here we go in the wrong camera. Okay, so then what I like to do with all of my cakes, well, not just my cakes, I'm looking. Oh, I think it's over here. So what I like to do with any of my products is to put my business label on the bottom of it. But actually, I'm not going to do that because I was just thinking, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that just yet because I'm going to do the sticky, the double-sided sticky tape. So, all right. So once this is on here, it's pretty secure. And then you're just going to leave it, and then I'm going to flip it. This is the bottom. Okay. All right. So let me get my tape. But if you all have any questions, just let me know, and I'm happy to answer them. Okay, so I'm just going to roll this on itself. I'm actually going to put a couple. So I'm going to put one here. Press that down. This one's kind of thicker tape. But I use the painter's tape because it's tacky, but it's not like when I go to remove it off of this, it won't leave a mark on it, and it won't pull that styrofoam up off of itself. Like it'll leave a nice surface behind. There we go. Sticking to me. So I think my volume is up. Sorry. I was like, oh, who's talking? And then I hear it. It's me. Okay. So now I turned that down completely. So, all right. I'm going to stick that there. All right. I think 2 should do. We'll see. If I need to adjust it, I will. Okay, and then I just take it and I'm just going to stick it straight down on I'm using parchment paper. Let's move some of this off of my little, my tray, because I'm going to take the tray. Here, I'll move them over to that side. I don't need all them. Okay, so I'm using a Lazy Susan. I have different ones. This one, because there's like a rim in here. There we go. There's a rim in here. I want my cake to sit flush. So what I did, let's make sure that my paper is sticking. I'm going to turn it up and just make sure. Press it into that. Okay, so what I did is I grabbed a cutting board. So I'm going to show you. I grabbed a cutting board to set on it. And I'm just going to show you. Then we're going to mix up the icing. But anyway, let me scoop that back. What I did is if you end up with one similar where it's not flush, because you want it flush, because once you do the icing, you're going to, I'm going to pipe rosettes on here, and I want it to set flush. So what I did is I grabbed one of my cutting boards. Here, let me bring it back further into the camera. There we go. So it's too big, but when I set this on here, then I can still like rotate it. And that's what I want to do. I'll probably end up trimming some of this paper because I won't need it. I want the bottom of my cake to be flush so that when I start piping it, I want it to rest against a flat surface. Okay. All right. So I'm going to we'll just move that. Yeah. No, we'll move it this way. Then it's not in your way. All right. So we're going to start mixing up our icing. So my first one, here we go. So my first one, I think I'm just going to do like a neutral shade on my cake. Okay, so I don't like to, when I do the rosettes, like I don't like to just pipe them onto the cake without a cake base, because when they come together, okay, and these are rosettes. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, it's like this swirled looking pattern. So what happens is, and I'll hold 2 together so you can see what I mean. If I don't have a base on my styrofoam, then when I go to do it, you may end up seeing like the styrofoam in between some of my flowers. So if I do, like if I coat it in one color on there to begin with, then I don't worry about it, because then whatever you do see will be that icing underneath, right? Okay. So, I don't know if I want to do, I was going to do, maybe I'll get some antique white. I don't think I want just white. Let me, do I have that in here? Nope, that's Mod Podge. Hang on. Let me grab some antique white right here. Hang on just a second. Let me see what I got. Okay, we can do buttermilk. That works. Okay, so I'm just going to use Americana and the buttermilk for my base. And the reason is because I just don't want it like bright white sticking out from there. I'd rather it have a little bit of a muted shade. So, all right, let's move some of this out of the way. In your way, I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm going to start with my Fast and Final. I've already opened these to give me access. So let me grab a popsicle stick. Okay, and then for me, I'm going to mix up, I'm going to probably end up mixing up two batches. Actually, maybe I'll do them right away. So anyway, so my recipe is for 4 ounces, but because this is such a large cake, I don't think 4 ounces is going to coat that. Like, I think I'm going to need more than that. So I just want to make sure that I have enough. Okay. So anyway, so let's do, I hope I have, I'm doing 2 ounces of each one. So let me get 2 ounces here. Not yet. So yeah, so I think I brought in enough containers. We'll see. I mean, I don't mind making it in the same container, but I was thinking maybe I should go ahead and make up 2 of each color now. And then that way, if I run out, I don't have to make it up again. Like, I can just keep going. All right, so that's 2. So let's do that. Let's move that over to there. And then let me grab another one. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to measure out 2 for each of these. Okay, and again, mine is just wet, like super wet. So that's the reason I'm doing half and half for mine. If yours is not wet, you don't have to do that. Like, you can literally just use, you know, however many ounces you want to mix up using this same product. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Almost. And okay, take a look at it back. All right, so I'm going to mix up 1 for each of the colors. I brought in a bunch, but I don't know. Just because I brought in a bunch doesn't mean I have enough. Oh, good. There are 6. Okay. All right. Because you never know. It might take more than I mix up. We'll see. All right. So how are you all? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know where you're watching from. I always love knowing. I love when my old friends come on and say hello, and I also love making new friends. So I love knowing where you all are at. So I'm in Ohio. We are very close to the Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky border. So I know I have a lot of friends in Kentucky that are here watching. So hello, hello. But yeah, just always curious where you all are from. I always like to learn. Just learn about you all. So, okay. So, you know what? I'm going to mix. Let's keep going. I might as well while they're all open, right? Because I'll just, again, I mix mine up by half and half. So even if I don't need them all, I can just put the lid on it. And then the next time I need it, it's all ready for me to go. So, oh, Tammy says she is on the west coast of Florida. Is it warm where you're at? And then, hi, Ann. She says she's from Pennsylvania. And then Margarita, I know you are from Deland. No, not Deland. D-Land. D-Land, right? Did I get it right? D-Land, Florida. And Joe. Joe, you're from Maryland? You got MD. I thought you were in Kentucky. Now my thing's going fast. Oh, thank you, Kim. She says she loves the membership too, and she's from Virginia. Oh, look, we got more Pennsylvanians. Hi, Patty. She is from Eastern Pennsylvania. And Tammy says it's hot in Florida. It was hot here where I'm at in Ohio. We are, well, I mean, okay, it was 82 the last time I looked this afternoon. So to me, that's hot. Like, you know, I like it in the 70s with like low to no humidity. To me, that's ideal. So, okay, there's 2 there. I'm like, you guys are probably like, what does she need all that spackle for? It's okay. I'd rather do it now, and then if I need it, I have it. And then if I don't, it's ready to go. Okay. So let me check on our time. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. So my dog, I don't know if you heard her coming back through the doggy door. Teddy just hopped on in here. She's in here with us. She doesn't like me to pick her up and share her on camera. So we could say she's camera shy. She's the sweetest and she's mine. Well, I mean, Honey's the sweetest too. So Honey lets me put her on camera, but then she scrambles to get down. So she doesn't want to be on long either. So I think they just don't know what I'm doing. Like when I pick them up, they're like, what am I doing up here? Like, what is she doing with me? Okay. So again, I'm actually only need 3 of these. Well, at least 3 colors. So I'm going to do the buttermilk for the base. So we're getting ready to do that. But I'm mixing up in my containers. I'm just going ahead and doing like all of my Fast and Final, and then I'll come back in with my the one time, the Red Devil. So there we go. If I'd thought about it, I would have made these in advance, or at least put them in the containers in advance. But by the time I got home from work and said hi to my chickens and my dogs and got a few things done before I knew it, it was time to go live with you all. So that's fine. Okay, wait, one more. And 2. Okay, perfect. All right, and then if you do mix yours up, don't like use a separate popsicle stick for yours, so that way you're not like I don't want to put the popsicle stick in the Fast and Final in the other product. So let's see. And Dee says, I know it's hot in Florida because it's hot as pancakes straight out of the skillet in Alabama. Oh, and Dee's in Alabama. Hey, Tina, hi. We're all sharing where we're from, Tina. So if you start seeing like Alabama, Pennsylvania, Florida, we're just sharing with each other where we're all from. And then the temperature, of course. Okay. So let me, here, I'll move the lid over to here. Okay. So again, this one I'm going to leave over here because I don't want to get a new one. So Tina says she's in Texas. She's hot in Texas. All right. So you Texas ladies, where are you at in Texas? My son, oh my gosh, I shouldn't even talk about him. He moved, and this is live. So if he comes back, if he gets a notification, he may pop in and say hello to everybody. But yeah, he was in like Seaport. I always get it wrong. I'm not sure. But now he's moved. But his main work location is near Houston, like in Houston. So he's not in Houston, but he's near Houston. Okay, so let me, oh, perfect. 4 ounces. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, once I get the right mixture, before I even mix it up, I'm going to put a lid on it. So that, and then that way I won't, I'll know that one's ready. Like it's not ready, but it's ready. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to flip this so I'm not getting it on there. I know it's like I can add my paint colors now and get it all mixed in. So, okay. All right. I just don't think I'm going to have enough if I do one of each for my cake, because I feel like, I don't know, when I'm piping my rosettes, I feel like I kind of have a heavy hand sometimes. And then I end up using, you know, not more than I need, but using up more product than I expect to. So, so I just want to make sure. So anyway, okay. Okay, Tina says she's in the Dallas area. So, oh, thank you for sprinkling. We love it when you share us out. It just allows more people to be able to experience us and kind of get to know us and enjoy some of what we're doing. And we just love, all of us here are Cakery Creators Circle, us creators. We just love crafting and sharing what we do with you guys. So we appreciate it when you do share and you sprinkle us out so that more people can get to know us and find us. And if you're watching this on our business pages, we would love it and appreciate it so much if you liked and followed us so that you get notifications when we go live. So again, last week I was on vacation. My birthday's in May, like so many things were in May, but best month ever, by the way. But yeah, so we ended up having a vacation, my husband and I. We finally got to spend some time together. It's sadly what always happens is when I get vacation time, he's not able to take it the same time. And then when he gets vacation time, I'm not able to take it. So, yeah, so it was really nice that this was the first time this year we both were on vacation at the same time. So it was amazing. Like we really did enjoy like having that break and just spending time together. And we are working around the house doing some things. And, you know, for those of you that know, we have chickens and we have mama chickens is what we call them. And we have baby chicks that are now small chickens. They're 7 weeks old. Our babies are 7 weeks. This is Thursday. They'll be 8 weeks old on Saturday. And we got them when they were 1 day old. So yeah. So thank you so much for the belated birthday wishes. I just love I just love May. So anyway, it's always bittersweet for me when it's time to say goodbye to May. Because, we got to wait a whole year for it to come back, right? But anyway, May was a good month. We did a lot of fun things in May. Um, some of the things I got to do for my birthday, I love vintage and antiques, and I got to go antiquing a couple different times. I think I had 3 trips during the month of May. I think it was 3. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so that was fun. Like I love, love, love doing that. Oops, I'll grab that. I'm glad that didn't get in my water. So, okay. Checking my time. I'm like, she spent 15 minutes playing with spackle. I promise you'll love I think you're going to love the way it turns out because I'm anticipating that we are all going to love it. So, but anyway, I see how my cookies turned out, and I think that they're going to be similar to the cookies, only in a cake form. So, okay, so I think it'll be just fine. All right, let me grab this one, and then we can start adding the color. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this all in one tonight. But if you wanted to, if you're making this, you could just do your base coat, which is what we're going to do first on your cake. And you could let that dry if you wanted, and then come back and pipe your rosettes on it. I like doing it at once because I feel like the first base coat is really, that spackle icing is really going to stick to the styrofoam. And then while it's still wet, when you add more icing, it just really, I feel like it really adheres to it. So, okay, yay, we got to 4. So I'm doing 4 ounces and then 2 ounces of the wet spackle, fast and final, and then 2 ounces of my, the one time. So I'll show you that again. So. All right, so the first one we're going to do is, let me first combine this, and then I'll mix this up, and then check up. I am checking up. Let me check up on our comments. So Dallas. Oh, hey, Joe. What'd she say? Betsy, after we finished with our phone call last night. Oh, my God. Okay, wait, let me read this. Joe says, Betsy, after we finished with our phone call last night, I was still up for 3 hours later because of the storm. Oh, no, and the tornado watch. Girl, I'm so tired right now, but we did not have much damage, thank goodness. Just more or less tree branches lying around. Oh my goodness. So yeah, it's scary. You can't mess around with these storms. I'm glad that you're safe and that you really didn't have damage, but oh my goodness. Girl, we talked for a long time. I got done and I was like, I got done and I looked at my list of things to do when I got home, and I was like, Thursday, that can go to Thursday, that can go to Thursday, that'll go to Thursday. And then I was like, oh, I'm teaching tomorrow night, that can go to Friday, that can go to Friday. So it's funny. So yeah, that was long, but it was fun. I enjoyed getting to know you even better, so it was a good time. Okay, so I mixed this up, and then now let me bring my little scale back. Okay, and you know what? You all don't have to use scales. I'm just a forever girl when it comes to, I like to make recipes, and then that way, if I want to make it again, I already know, I can look at my recipe, and then I know how much. Yeah, 2.5 hours. So when I make my, zero that out. So when I make a recipe, if I'm going to make it again, I don't have to guess or try to figure it out. And I know, especially for those of us who have Etsy shops and websites, I know that we can, if you list them for sale, I'm doing 2 in here. So let me, I'm always quiet when I'm counting or measuring. So let me do one more. Okay, there we go. So anyway, what I was going to say is, so I do recipes so that way, for those of us who have shops, Etsy shops or websites, and you sell your items, if I'm going to list it for sale and I have more than one of them, then I don't worry so much about them looking different. You know what I mean? It's I'm all about matchy. You all know me very well by now. And for those of you who are just meeting me, you're like, you might be able to relate, but yeah. I mean, and you don't have to. That's my point, is that's me. That's a little bit of my OCD coming out, but that's just me. That's how I create, and you don't have to. But for me, it makes, honest to God, it makes my life easier when I do create recipes, because then I feel like I don't have to remember. I don't have to guess. I was going to say I have a book. I have books of recipes. I am old school. I love using my paper notebooks and my pen. Got to have a bold pen. I don't like fine pens. Just works better for me. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this up like this. Okay, and then now we're going to go ahead and start putting it on. I'm going to bring it back. I'm actually going to trim off some of this. I don't need this much paper. I just want the paper to be, so when I go to put the icing at the bottom of the cake here, I need it protected. So it'll just be able to spin a little easier if I can cut some of this away. So I'm going to grab some of that. And then again over here. So yeah, but I mean, you don't have to. If it's not, you know, if it doesn't bother you and you just want to do, you know, whatever colors you mix up and then do it different each time, you can do that too. I want you guys to be creative. Like the process is, I want you to enjoy the process like that. I want it to be, I don't want it to be stressful for you. I want it to be fun and I want you to enjoy it. And I want it, the end result to bring you joy. So, anyway, so, you know, you don't have to do the recipes. I just like to do them. And I know a lot of my members appreciate that I do recipes because then they don't have to. And then they also can see what I make. And then if they like that color or those shades, then they can just follow along and they know how to get that same shade. So I'm going to take a drink of water and then we're going to start icing the cake. Okay. So I'm just going to use my, the little, I'm going blank, the popsicle stick. Okay. So I'm just, whoops, let me move that out of the way. Okay. So I'm just going to put like a thin coat again. I just want it so that way, if my little rosettes, I don't want you to see the styrofoam. Okay. And then because I'm, so let's see if you can see, turn it that way. So because I don't want to see that styrofoam, I just want to make sure like if my rosettes don't get it completely covered, that I don't mind you seeing the icing underneath it here. I just don't want you to see the styrofoam. Okay. So, and then this one should cover it pretty good. So let me just go. So I'm not worried about like, I'm just getting it on there. So I'm not, you're not going to really see it. So you don't really have to worry about like, you know, the way you apply it. Like you're just going to see it if, the only way you're really going to see it is if maybe some of your rosettes leave a little spacing between them. But if they don't, then you don't have to worry about it. Okay. So let me just get this on here. And you don't have to use a turntable. I like to use it if I'm going to be coating, especially with me doing the rosettes. It just makes it easier to do it with, you know, being able to have the turntable. But if you don't have one, I mean, by all means, you don't need to go out and get one. You could just use like your, like the parchment paper. You can just move it. You know what I mean? Like you can just move it. So that way you can get to all the surface here. So, okay, let me make sure. Okay, so I'm just going to go over it once and then I'll come back around and see if there's anything I need to touch up on. Okay. But you definitely want it to sit flush. Like whatever you do, like if you're going to pipe like the rosettes on it or, you know, you want it to sit flush, especially because I'm not including like a plate or a cake stand with this one. I'm just going to have it so that this will be available for sale, but whoever were to purchase it, like you can put it on your like your plates or your cake stands. And then that way I want it to sit flush. Like I don't want it to be up in the air. Do you know what I mean? Like I want it to sit flush. So, okay. So almost here. All right. And then I'll do the top also, but I want to make sure I get the bottom, like not the bottom, but the sides of it done first. And then that way, as you can see, I'm able to hold on to it at the top here. So hopefully with this new camera, you can see what I'm doing. I think you can. Maybe. I hope so. Okay, so let me go back through and make sure. Let's scooch that. Okay. I'm just going to smooth it and make sure I'm not really missing anything. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do the top next, but let me move this. So, okay, so I'm gonna hold it up for you this way so you can see what I did. Okay, so I just really went around it just to make sure it has a base coat. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go on the top, and then we're just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of hold it in the middle until I can get this on here. And then again, this is not going to be the finished look. We're going to be doing, I'm matching the cookies. So you're going to see green and you're going to see pink icing on my finished cake. But this is just the underneath layer. So I just need something to hide that styrofoam. Now, if you do see like little pieces, like, I don't know if you can see on camera, but like I'm kind of putting it on a little bit thin so you can kind of see that styrofoam. Again, I'm going to be covering this whole thing so that doesn't bother me. But if you wanted, just put it on a little thicker. Okay. So just holding in the center here. And then I'm using, when I start to do the piping, I'm using a 1M tip, but you could use a smaller one, like it's kind of like the star tip. You could still use it, but there's other sizes that you could use as well. Okay, so now I'm going to hold on to my turntable, and then I'm just going to apply it, whoops, this way, because now the whole top of my cake is got icing on it. So I'm going to just hold on to it. Let me scooch my turntable over. I'm trying to keep my paper kind of not centered, but like the same as my cutting board that I'm using, just so it makes it easy for me to see it. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm just going to go across the top. Again, I'm going to have the rosettes up here, so you're not really going to see it. Okay. All right, good enough for me. Can you see it? I need to move it over. All right, let me close this up first. And then we're going to mix up the green icing. So I'm going to move this aside, and then I'm going to grab a new one. Let me wipe my hands really quick. Let me know if you all have any questions at this point. I'm happy to answer them. So yeah, so we are excited to be back. Eileen was on before me. Eileen is with Creative Eye Designs by Eileen, and she did a sweet little patriotic popcorn little cup. Like, it turned out so sweet. So I want you to watch that. After you finish with all of us, then you can watch. If you didn't catch her live, then you can catch her on replay. So let me grab, okay, I need a paper towel, my wet wipes. I add a little water to my container, so by the time I get to the bottom, they're kind of wet, which is good, but it also means I need to dry my hands. So, okay, so I'm going to move that over to there. Okay, so, and then I'll scooch that out of the way. All right, I'm actually going to move this forward. I'm going to move it this way so you can see it a little bit. Okay, so the green I'm using for this one is Apple Barrel and the Lime Sherbet. And then again, it's just going to match my other watermelon cookies that we made in the membership. So these are little meringue watermelon cookies. So, okay, so let me get my, whoop, that was squeaky. Let me get my scale back. Okay, so I've got the 4 ounces. Turn that on. All right, and then zero that out. Whoops, I did not zero. Okay, and for this one, I'm using 0.3 ounces of my green. Whoops, wait 1 second. Let me stir this up before I add the color. I'd rather stir it up because you've got like the thicker and then the wetter of the spackle. So if I can combine them into like one mixture and then add the colorant, it works better. Like add the paint, it works better. And it doesn't take much. You don't want to over stir it though, because of the fact that I put that thicker spackle in there. I want it to leave more like stiff peaks when I go to pipe it on. Okay. And again, I'm using a 1M, and then this is 3. There we go. Okay. Leave that over there. All right. And then we'll stir this up. And this is a really pretty color. Like, even if you weren't doing watermelon, well, now that it's June, what is it? June 21st is the first day of summer. So, I mean, it's technically still spring. But I'll show you, like, it's such a pretty, let me stir it up more. It's such a pretty lime green color. I really like this shade. This one's called Lime Sherbet. I really like it. So I know I'll have the cookies, the cake, and I'll probably do one more item in this line, like just something coordinated. I'm not sure what. Maybe the cupcakes or something. I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, so you'll see. Look how pretty that is. I don't know if my lights are showing you or not, but it's really pretty. So, okay, and then again, I'm using the 1M. And then this will fill up. I like to keep my bags pretty full so that I can put pressure on them. So I'm going to grab my mason jar, grab one of my piping bags. Did I drop one? Wait a second. Oh, no, I already used one. No, I didn't. Hang on. I'm missing a piping bag. Okay. Well, I've got more if I need it. I'm like, my piping bag disappeared. I have one, but I had 3. I think I had 3. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Okay. So I'm just going to cut this and then stick this in here, and then we'll, let me have this one, and then we'll check to see if it fits. I like to leave mine, and I'll show you there. It's fine. I like to leave mine like, I don't know if you can see that. I like to leave mine close to where the opening is. And the reason is so that when I fill the bag up and I can put a lot of pressure on it, it doesn't like, the tip doesn't push through the bag. So Eileen and Tammy both said they like the color and it's pretty. It is super pretty. Like I'm real happy with the way that it turned out. So I'm excited to see this cake. Like it's going to be super cute. We know it's just going to be super cute. Okay. So now I'm just going to switch. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to bring it over to here. I'm going to fill up the bag. Okay. So when you're making yours, I was trying to decide if I wanted to do like a layer of green and then maybe like either 2 different shades of green or like a green and then a layer of white and then the pink. I couldn't decide at first, but then when I was playing around and I was trying to decide like what size I wanted to do the little pipettes, the little roses, I was like, I really wanted to do like 1 of the green and then at least 2 of the pink. And so if I would have added another green or like a white, it was going to really, I wasn't going to be able to do 2 rows of the pink. Like it was going to come up too high on my cake. Now, if I did a taller cake, I probably could do that. But anyway, so I just discovered like it's not going to, I didn't want to do that because I felt like I wanted more of the pink to show because I wanted to be more like watermelon rind, like you just have a little bit of the green. But I'm using the same size piping tip for this. So my rosettes are all going to be the same size. Okay. All right. So let me stop this for a second. And then let's bring this up. Okay. And then I'm going to squeeze it down. And then I'm just going to use my nails. If you can see me, I'm in the wrong camera. Well, it's not wrong camera. That camera's gone. Well, it's not gone. It's moved. So, all right. Let me see what time we got. Oh, my goodness. Am I going to run out of time? I hope not. Okay. Well, we'll see how fast I can pipe. Well, not that I want to pipe fast, but you know what I mean. All right. Let me scooch you that over. Okay. Put that in there. And I'm going to bring this back. Okay. So I'm just going to start at the bottom. And I'm just doing a piped, like a rosette. So if you've never made a rosette, I always try to teach it by saying, like, make the letter E. I'll do it over here. Like doing the letter E when you're piping. And then that way, you don't get them too large if you're doing them on the cake. Let me, I'm going to scooch this. I don't need to be able to see. Actually, no, this way. Okay. I think you'll be able to see that way better. Okay, cool. All right. And then let's scooch those. Okay. So I'm going to get started. And then I'm just going to start at the bottom. I'm going to have to do it on my side, and then you'll see me spin it. So, okay, here we go. My paper's in the way. Hang on. Hopefully I don't run out of icing too soon. I hope not. Squeeze it down. So I don't know if you can see it yet. Oh, good. It's starting to come around. Okay, I need to squeeze this down. I have a little bit in there, but not very much. So I think I might end up having to make another batch really to finish this row. We'll see. Okay. Yep, I'm going to have to make more. Let me squeeze some more under here first. All right, and then I'll at least turn it where you can see it. Okay. Yep. All right, so you can kind of see my bottom, but I've run out. So I don't have enough to go this way. So, okay. This may end up being part 2. I just looked and we're at 51 minutes. Okay, so for sure it's going to be part 2. All right. I'm sorry for that. I'm going to, well, let's do this. Now I got to finish this. I'm like, I was going to start with the pink to show you, but it's like, if I do that, then I think I'll mess up this side, and we don't want to do that. So, all right. So I'm going to, Barb with Creative Hearts Corner is coming up next after me. So, what I'm going to do is, I'll have a part 2. I have to, because I won't be able to finish this in 9 minutes. There's no way. I want to, but I don't. I'm being realistic. Not going to happen. Okay. And I was worried I wouldn't go an hour. I don't know how that happens. So, okay. So I'm going to, oh, not that one. Grab the wrong one. Okay. So I'm doing 0.3 again. So let me zero this out. Actually, turn this on. And then there it goes. And then we'll zero it. Whoops. Not zeroing. There we go. Okay. So, Eileen, you're laughing at me. I seriously was like, can I do this in an hour? Like, what am I going to do if I get done? Okay, so now I know what my problem is I should have had the icing mixed up. That took up a long time. And I apologize for that. Like that, I think if I had those mixed up, we'll do that next time. If I already had those mixed up, then it wouldn't, I would just be able to start decorating. So, okay. But you know what? It's like I hate skipping steps, especially when we have new people and new people that are new to fake baking. It's like, you know, I don't want them to think I just assume they know, you know, how to mix the spackle and turn it into icing and all that. So, okay. Let me get this stirred up, get all the white out of here. So, all right. Let me check my time again. Okay. Well, I'll get the green and I'll get the pink started. Oh my goodness. I need a sous chef. That's what I need. Okay. So that looks good. Let's open this back up and get my hair out of my face. Okay. So anyway, so once I get the pipettes, like get them all on there, when they cure, like I let them cure, you know, dry and all that, I come back in with Mod Podge in the mat and I seal my icing. Okay, and the reason that I do that is because it gives it this slight sheen, so that way it looks more like an icing and not like spackle. Okay, you don't have to do that, but that's what I do. Like that's my preferred technique, is to come back in and then just seal, you know, to go over them so that it seals them. I needed to squish this there because I already had some in here. I needed to squish some in there. So let me, okay. That should be, let me just scooch this. That should be enough to get, get the bottom. Okay, so let me move this too. All right, and then I need to, whoopsie, I don't have enough hands. Okay, I'm gonna bring it back here so that I can finish the bottom. Okay, here we go. Move those paints, it's catching. Okay, and again, when I do mine, I just do like, think of it like a letter E. You know what I mean? Like I just do one little like swirly thing. I mean, you could do it however you want, but that's just the way I learned. And that's how I do it. Okay, almost. Squeeze this one tight. Okay. Yay! I have the bottom done. Okay, so here's my green on the bottom. Got a little bit of spackle. Let's move that. Okay, so let's go straight into my next one. Let me see what time it is. Oh, I've got 5 minutes. Okay. So you'll at least be able to see some of the pink, but I promise there'll be a part 2. Okay. So I'm going to have to end this though, so that way Barb can get into the group next. Eileen said, you have time. You can do it. I can get the pink on there. It's not going to go all the way around since that one didn't, but we'll do the best we can, right? Okay. So, and I'm going to bring my scale back. So with my pink, I'm using a 0.4 on my dragon fruit and then a 0.1 on the red, just to get the shade that I want. Okay. So, okay. Well, the ants are going to look super cute. So y'all are going to have to come back and check it out. Oh, wait, let me zero this out. Okay. So I'm using 0.4 and I zeroed it out so that I can measure, even though I have the popsicle stick in there, it doesn't count because it was on 0. Okay, so I'm doing 0.4 and then 0.1 on my red. So, and a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And then scooch that. Reds can be a little tricky, or like if you're trying to go for the darker colors. So that's why, even though I used that, like the pink color, I added the red just to give it more, like, just to make it a little bit darker. So it didn't just look like pink bubble gum, so to speak. So, okay. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we got 3 minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will finish my live at 8 p.m. so that Barb can come on next, because what will happen is if I'm streaming into the Heavenly Fake Bake Decor group, and if I don't end it, then she won't be able to stream into there. Facebook only allows us to stream once, like one stream. So what I'll do is I will finish this live with you guys, and then when I end it, I will go ahead and I'll record part 2. So that way I can I got 2 laptops. Barb, I'll have you on one and I'll record me on the other. I'll just keep it on silent so we don't hear. Okay, but anyway, so then that way I'll be able to upload it to my page. So the second one, sadly won't be live, but I'll be able to finish it on the second one. So all right, so you'll be able to at least see it. Let me grab my scissors. But yeah, okay, so I've got 2 minutes. No pressure. But anyway, you guys stay tuned. Coming up next is Barb from Creative Hearts Corner. And then I have no idea what she's making, but I know it's going to be super fun and you all will love it. And then she will be on for an hour. And then following up Barb is Mary from Hog Wild. Sorry, I'm talking and crinkling. Mary from Hog Wild Designs. She will be up after Barb. And I don't know what she's making, but I know hers will be just as adorable too. So anyway, so if you all are just tuning in, you can watch all of us on replay if you're not able to catch us live. They will be on our business pages. Again, I'm Betsy, Heavens to Betsy Cakery. If you all are new to me, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. We all appreciate you sharing your time with us, and we appreciate you allowing us to share our time doing the things that we love, and that's creating. Like, we're all very passionate about that. So yes, I want to thank you for that. I'm not going to get the pink on. Okay, well, you're going to have to come back for part 2 for the pink. Okay, because I'm going to need to hop off of here. I need to just take this and squeeze it down a little bit. There we go. Ding, ding, ding. I usually try to set my alarm so that it's like 5 minutes till so that I can get off of here, but I didn't do that. So, all right, I am going to get off of here, but again, you will see part 2. So thank you all for joining me. Sorry I did not get finished. I should have told you in the beginning, this will be a 2-parter. But anyway, thank you all again for spending time with us. And if you are in the Heavenly Fake Bake Decor group, all you need to do is refresh your page, and then my tutorial will end, my live will end, and Barb's will come up next. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.